If vaccines are so safe, why do we need a vaccine adverse event reporting system? I hear it all the time. The presence of VAERS is actually a proof and a part of the important system that makes sure vaccines are safe both in pre-testing and in post-market testing throughout the years. Let me tell you a story of how VAERS has helped us keep vaccines safe. It's the story of Rotashield. So Rotashield, the vaccine for rotavirus, came out in 1998. And following its release, there suddenly was an increase in events of intussusception. Intussusception is an event where one part of the intestine grabs onto the other part of the intestine, causing a cramping and sometimes an strangulation of that intestine. And it was noted via the VAERS database that this was happening in a 10 to 20 or sometimes 30 times more frequent occurrence in kids who got the Rotashield vaccination. Since VAERS is constantly being monitored for patterns of adverse side effects, Rotashield was quickly taken off the market so more studies could be done. In response to these findings, the CDC started 2 big studies in order to investigate if there was any cause between Rotashield and these increased rates of intussusception. As a result of those studies, they ended up pulling Rotashield off the market by 1999. Rotashield isn't the only time where we've made changes to the vaccine schedule, either adding or subtracting vaccines because of these types of safety studies. In fact, we currently use what's called an acellular pertussis, meaning a pertussis vaccine that doesn't have the whole bacterium. See, since the early 1900s, we'd use a wholesaler pertussis vaccine. This vaccine started to have an accumulation of negative side effects and sometimes even endowing mild forms of the disease. Through the 60s, 70s, and 80s, multiple studies were done, including the studies using acellular pertussis, meaning we didn't use the full bacterium anymore, only small pieces of it. Although the acellular pertussis vaccine did not endow as robust of an immune response, meaning the immunity doesn't last quite as long, it had the absence of as many negative side effects as the wholesaler pertussis vaccine. And guess how we noticed these side effects? The vaccine adverse event reporting system. So our current vaccine schedule is an accumulation of knowledge that we've gained in over 100 years of monitoring vaccine adverse events through the VAERS system. And many times we've had to take action by either pulling vaccines off market, pausing them until more studies can be done in order to maintain a level of safety and efficacy for vaccines that benefits children.